A very sad story that we're following up for you here on eNCA. The families of Putco bus passengers who were burnt beyond recognition are still waiting for word on when their loved ones can be buried. To remind you of the story, 6 people died, scores were injured when the commuter bus they were travelling in caught alight on the infamous Moloto Road. To bring you up to speed on the story and where we are today, Mpumalanga Premier Refilwe Mtsweni-Tsipane was supposed to report back to them. I understand that to be this morning about what could have led to the deadly fire. Has it happened? Is it going to happen? Linda Kuklekulu standing on that infamous road for us this morning. Hello to you, Linda. Considered one of the most dangerous roads in the province. We're having a situation where families are waiting for answers from authorities. Have those answers arrived, or do we know if they're coming this morning?
Well, the answers haven't arrived, Gareth, but I can tell you that earlier on, around 5 a.m., we were with the Premier of the province, Refilwe Mtsweni-Tsipane, who visited some Putco buses around where the commuters are being picked up. And the word from the province, as we have it, is that Putco continues to display disregard for the lives of commuters, particularly commuters from KwaMhlanga here that use this Moloto Road from KwaMhlanga to travel to Pretoria using Putco buses. The MEC of transport in the province of Mpumalanga basically told us that what they have seen is a complete disregard of lives. They're saying that these buses that they've been able to see and check are not compliant. They are not displaying any form of, saying that they are complying. Some of them don't even have permits to actually be operating. But this is ahead of what we were expecting to be a report back to families. You'd remember that almost a month ago, there were 6 people that had died, 6 women that died in a fire in a Putco bus. And because of the severity of some of those bodies, we understand that, they were burnt beyond recognition, and they were expecting to do some DNA testing so that the families can then be able to bury their loved ones while investigations are continuing in terms of what exactly is happening or what happened with that fatal bus burning there. But I can tell you that what happened after that was unexpected. Where the Premier left, we were able to get word from her spokesperson, Sibongile, who told us that the Premier had to rush for an emergency. But as things stand, the families are still waiting for word in terms of what exactly is happening. But Sibongile was also able to tell us that what the Premier has done is basically commission a private company that will then be able to carry out the DNA testing so that the families can lay their loved ones to rest after a month of not being able to do so because of the backlog in terms of the South African Police Service testing. So at this stage, we're yet to get a sense of how that message will trickle down to the families in terms of what the province is doing to help them. But for now, I can tell you that 12 buses have been impounded this morning, and we're expecting that more will be impounded, as the MEC of Transport in the province spoke to us earlier on, telling us that they are going to intensify some of their checking with Putco, and they're also looking at legal avenues as to how to best deal with Putco as it continues to demonstrate a disregard for the commuters of KwaMhlanga.
And I'm sure it's not just the families that need answers, also the community in the area need accountability as well. So good to hear some buses being impounded. The moment we have an update, of course, Linda, we're back to you a little bit late on the very infamous Moloto Road as well. That road, incredibly dangerous, as we know. You combine that with non-compliant buses, and it's a recipe, of course, isn't it, for disaster. So once that announcement is made later this morning, we'll bring you back to Linda Kuklekulu in that part of the country for us. So it's not just spring yet, of course.